Hello everyone, welcome back to another Noire walkthrough. This is Case 8 Part 2. And so right now, we're about to investigate the house of Celine Henry, the person who got murdered.
I'll try the back door. Wait here a second. Side window's been jimmied. Looks like somebody's creeped the joint.
Yes, it has been creeped in. Alright, so now we're going to look out around the house for some clues. Alright, the first clue is you're going to go over here at the dinner table, and in the light there's going to be a size 8 woman's shoe. Or, first of all, I was actually trying to find it, and I had no idea where it was. So I'm like, hey, wait a minute, where is it? But the window light, and that's where the shoe is. See, on the right there. There you go. Finally.
Size 9s. Above average for a lady.
Alright, so now the second clue is going to be the window, the shattered window on your right.
Burglar used a pry bar. Why did you kick the door in?
You think I'm gonna climb through a broken window in a $30 suit? You got another thing coming, Buster.
I guess that's pretty true. And by the way, $30 may not be expensive, but this was the 1960s, about that range of year. So 1960s back then was actually really, really expensive. Alright, now your last clue is going to be this note on the refrigerator.
Celine and Jacob are obviously having problems. It speaks to motive.
Crime scene evidence still weighs against it being the husband. Jacob could give us something to go on. One of my exes drank like this, you'd be feeling the back of my hand.
Call in burglary and get technical services out here. I'll talk to the neighbors.
Don't take all day about it, Phelps. I'll get nasty when I'm thirsty.
Alright, now before we canvass the neighbors, we gotta find another clue, which is jewelry, and it's missing. It's right on the vanity in this bedroom. There's the ring case right there. And so now if you press A to further investigation.
Tiffany? The rest of the stuff is junk. Might explain the missing ring. A regular Amelia Earhart in her day. The ring looks distinctive.
Alright, so now we're gonna go canvass the neighbors. So we just go outside, take a left, take a right, and then take a right here, right, and there's an open back window right there. Or back door, I mean, because Galloway kicked it down. Now all you have to do is just jump over this little brick wall. What am I doing? Oh my gosh. I don't even know what I'm doing. Alright, but there they are. There's the neighbors. So all you have to do is just climb over this little wall right there and walk up to the neighbor and press X or square if you're on the PS3.
I knew it wasn't safe around here anymore.
LAPD. Are you acquainted with Celine Henry, Mrs.?
Horgan! Jennifer Horgan. I've known Celine for more than 10 years. Our children grew up together. What's going on, officer?
Did you see Mrs. Henry go out last night?
Well, I'm no busybody, you understand, but Celine had been drinking. And she and poor, long-suffering Jacob had a terrible row. I think Jacob may have given her a black eye. He stormed out and she went back inside.
Did he come back?
No. Celine was listening to music and shouting until she left around 10 p.m. She was very drunk to have been driving. But she is not the sort of person you can stop from doing something when her dander is up. What is this about, officer? Is Celine all right?
I'm afraid Mrs. Henry has been murdered, ma'am.
Murdered? Oh, my God. I'm afraid I need to go and sit down.
Alright guys, so now we are going to Jacob's place. What was that, 1050 Huntley Drive or something? I forgot. I forget a lot of things easily.
Let's see what Jacob has to say for himself.
I don't think Jacob is our man, but we should see what he has to say.
Jacob Henry had a violent argument with his wife last night. He's looking more and more likely.
For my money, the broad keeps the house looking like that, so it's probably deserved. The skipper says bring him in and keep the hacks off our backs for a while.
Fine by me.
So it ain't the werewolf killer after all. Good to see you come to your senses, Cole.
I always said work the evidence. I only stipulated a connection to the VD killer as an avenue of investigation we should leave open. And as far as I'm concerned, it still is.
Alright guys, so now we're okay. Whew, I'm ready. Okay. I am going to Jacob's house right now. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. Alright. So I was thinking after this maybe I'll do a little bit of side missions. And I'll do a walkthrough over that. I was thinking you guys should suggest a walkthrough. So if you want to watch something, like I said in the first part, case 8, part 1, right? I said that you can suggest any game that you comment. Yeah. So that's all I just wanted to tell you guys. And we're almost there anyway. We're right here actually.
Okay, Phelps, we go in hard. You follow my lead.
Alright, if you want to go hard, then wouldn't you sprint instead of walk? What the heck?
You Jacob Henry?
Yeah. Who's asking?
LAPD. You're under arrest for the murder of your wife, Celine Henry.
Murder? Celine?
Save the dramatics
Oh, my
for
God.
RKO, pal. You got bigger problems.
What the hell are you talking about? You come in here, you tell me that Celine is...
Take a seat, Mr. Henry.
she's-
We're gonna have a look around, then we'll talk.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
Looks like Jacob is a little out of tune today. Alright, so now the first clue is going to be in this bedroom right here. Is where you check his shoes.
Size 11s.
Hey, what a coincidence. That's my shoe size. Ha ha ha. Not even joking. Alright, so now the next clue is right here. So what you do is you take your left analog stick and you move the pencil around. Then you press A or X to shade the part of the notepad. It's a little hidden message. It's kind of cool actually. Look at this. Just lead, you can see a message all here.
The oldest problem there is what to do about the old lady.
Alright, so now we're going to investigate Jacob. First we gotta look at our clues. So we got the, the size 11 shoes. Then we got the death note. We also got, well, you know what? If you just have something up to the death note, that's good enough. Alright, so now let's go interrogate Jacob Henry. Come on, let's do this. Alright, so our first question for Jacob is going to be movements of victim.
So who could have killed Celine? Where did she go last night, Jacob?
A bar, I suppose. Look, I don't know.
Alright guys, so he's lying. Let me just tell you that straight up, because we have some evidence to prove it.
You know where she went, Jacob. You're lying. Why would I help you if you keep lying to me?
Look, I'm telling you, I don't know.
And so to prove that Jacob is lying, we're going to use Bomba Club lighter as the evidence.
We know she went to the Bomba Club.
The bartender there, he calls me if things are getting out of hand, and I go and I bring her home. He called me last night. I said no. Phone rang a couple more times after that. I ignored it. I'm gonna have to live with that.
Alright, so our next question is going to be last contact with victim.
When did you last see your wife, Mr. Henry?
Last night. I went to see her. We talked. Things got a little out of hand. I left.
Now, even though he looked to the right just a little bit, it's truth. A or X, if you're on the PS3.
You don't remember what time you last saw your wife alive?
Look, I'm sorry. I left. Maybe 9 p.m. Might have been a little later, but right around 9.
Alright, so our last question is going to be motive for murder.
Why did you kill her, Jacob? Things will go better if you come clean about it.
That's a lousy thing to say. I never gave up on my wife.
Now he had to think about that for a second. So it's a lie, because we have evidence to prove that he's lying.
I don't believe you, Jacob. I think you didn't have the guts to do it yourself, so you had someone else do it.
You want to back that up with something, big mouth? Huh?
I don't have a big mouth, but I can prove to you that you have a death threat note. Haha.
The note by the phone suggests you meant her harm.
You want the truth? Truth is, I was sick to death of her. I was trying to have her committed.
We're still going to need you to come downtown, Mr. Henry.
We can get this all down on paper, Jacob. How you got fed up with your wife and how you figured killing her would bury all your troubles.
Kill my own wife?
She was a lush and a tramp, and you just couldn't stand it anymore.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
So now you're going to tell me you loved her? Ah, the DA goes all gooey over remorse, Jacob.
Alright, so now you gotta fight this little sensitive guy to death. Oh man, this sensitiveness. Bam. There you go. That's how you deal with a little sensitive guy right there. Handcuff
Call it
him.
in and get a squad car dispatched. And check for messages. I'll keep old Slugger here company.
Alright, so now just call R&I services so you can just follow what Galloway said.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need a patrol unit to transport a suspect back to Central.
Certainly, Detective. You have a message from the coroner. Do you wish to be put through?
Yes, ma'am.
Carruthers,
It's Phelps.
I've completed the autopsy. Several wounds to the head from a blunt metal instrument. Closest match would be a socket wrench handle.
So the cause of death was the blunt...
No, the blows to the head surprisingly were not fatal. Death was from hemorrhage and shock from the fractured ribs and multiple injuries caused by the stomping.
Anything else?
He's some kind of sex fiend. The tissues of the anus were bruised about 1/8 of an inch, but no trace of semen in the anus, vagina, or stomach.
Thanks, Doc. Operator, give me R&I. Any word on an owner for that vehicle? License was 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective. The plate belongs to a brown 1936 Pontiac. Registered owner is one Alonzo Mendez of 402 South Fremont Street, apartment 16.
Thanks. Any other messages?
One, Detective. From Captain Donnelly. He wants any and all suspects returned to Central. Interviews to be set up immediately.
Got it. We're coming in.
Alright, now what we gotta do is we gotta get back to Central. So, you know, Central Police Station. So let's do that now. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Go, 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 go.
Hey, come on!
Carruthers said she took a real pounding.
Maybe if he had been a little firmer in the beginning, he wouldn't be in this situation now.
I imagine that Neanderthal routine is a big hit with the ladies, Galloway.
Women love me, Phelps. I have no complexity. They know exactly what they're going to get.
This officer needs help. Bank of America 7th and Olive. Officer needs help. Bank of America 7th and Olive at 211 in progress and shots fired. Unit to handle code 3 identified.
We have a firm lead, Captain.
Are you questioning my judgment call, Phelps?
No, sir.
Good. I thought not. Jacob Henry is a sub-sister pushed around by his wife. I think with the right kind of persuasion, he might be prepared to seek absolution. Are you prepared to show him the error of his ways, young Phelps?
I don't think he's our man. Galloway agrees with me.
Don't drag me into this.
Rusty is a practical policeman. A bird in hand is always worth two in the bush. Let's liberate a confession from poor Jacob and the public will sleep easier tonight. Run along now, Phelps. I've warmed him up nicely for you.
Alright, Captain. But we'll do that afterwards in part 3. Alright, guys, this is where we're stopping. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and I will see you guys in my part 3. Peace.